Hello folks! Welcome to the PolyChampions YouTube! Today, Pond King, a Polysseum finalist, talks us through his Bullet Polaris game. You'll see how moving both starting units the same direction can pay off, how lack of vision is a huge disadvantage, and how holding back and not going aggressive can cost you the game. This game was also broadcast live. You can see a link to the live broadcast and a link to the replay in the description. Let's watch the replay. So go ahead, introduce yourself.
Okay, so I am Pond King. I am a player on the Thundercats, Lightning's junior team. And I've been playing for 3 or 4 months now.
3 or 4 months? That's it?
Yeah, I'm fairly new.
Nice.
So this was only my second Bullet tournament, this one.
Excellent.
Yeah, but we have a very interesting game here with Reaper.
So yeah, let's look at the spawns. So wait, are you yellow? Wait, are you yellow?
I'm yellow, yes. So here's my spawn here.
Yeah.
And then we will look at Reaper's. So the big difference here is that Reaper has 2 animals, which is really nice as Polaris because you're guaranteed to get 2 of every source. But it could either be fruit or animals. And what you want, basically you want animals because that allows you to then go into forestry, which is a much more useful tech than something like farming. But yeah, that's kind of the spawns there. So I'll just start the replay.
Yeah.
And we can. So I start by going for that fruit there, and then it turns out that there's no village, so that's unfortunate. But there's not much you can do there. Now Reaper, he makes an interesting move here. What he hold on. Basically, he sends both his units a similar direction.
Yeah.
Which ends up playing out very nicely for him because my second warrior here, this one, just ends up going towards Reaper, and there's no villages there. So what you will see happening is that Reaper, he gets he expands a lot faster than in the early game. I believe he takes 4 villages, and I take only 2.
Yeah, I've seen in tiny maps, it's kind of a key thing. Do you send both your units the same direction, or you just split them up? And they're different tactics, but sending them both the same direction can be really powerful.
Yeah, which is probably maybe a mistake from me, but I don't know. I thought that corner, the over there, was already safe. But yeah, this warrior doesn't end up getting me anything. So we see Reaper takes forestry here before his capture, which is the big advantage of having those 2 animals is that you could then do that. And then I end up meeting him, so I get a lot of stars. So I do also take hunting and forestry because I really just prefer that, even though I could take just org and upgrade my capital. I would much rather take both hunting and forestry, so then I'm able to upgrade both of my cities.
It's interesting. And disappointing, I imagine, for you that there was no center city like there.
Yeah, it was an interesting map we had. So we have only 6 cities, usually a tiny map. Most games it has 7, I would say. But sometimes it has just the 6. And even worse for me, Reaper has 3 villages that are very safe for him, and I only have these 2. And then there's this one in the middle, which of course ends up being contested for a lot of the game. But I will turn back the fog, and we can keep the replay going.
Yeah.
So there was actually lucky. I didn't realize this at the time, that I blocked the forest on his capital because he has only 3 forests, so it prevents him from getting that level 3 upgrade that is so cheap. So then I upgrade my capital, and then upgrade here as well.
Can we? I
Now
want to
here
ask.
sorry.
I just want to ask because it
Yeah.
looks like you took a workshop and he took a workshop, right? Because you already know where your opponents are. You don't need the explorer. Or talk me through that.
I don't know. Is there a clear answer there? It wouldn't have been the best explorer. There's a very good chance that it just goes in the corner.
Yes.
I mean, I do feel like a lot of the time, I generally go for a workshop in my second city in bullet, as long as I don't feel the urgent need to get to take an explorer.
No, that's a good
But
point. Because
here
if you got an explorer there, there's a very good chance it would have gone into the fog in the north and the west and not have shown you anything useful. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you'll see later on in this game that my lack of vision does end up costing me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of times where I'm just left in the dark. I'm not sure what Reaper has, what he has going on, and that I'm basically forced to just make my own judgment. And I think that definitely did make the difference here. But it's also possible that if I don't take that workshop, I don't have the stars to win either. So we'll see. Yeah. Oh, I want to mention just here that at the end of this turn here, I chop in my second city and buy a warrior. And I just do this because I realize that I'm going to have trouble expanding because I see that I only have this one safe city because there isn't space for one in the fog over on the side. And then also that I was going to need org to get my city to level 3 anyway, so I figured that saving that forest wouldn't do me that much good.
Exactly. No, that totally makes sense because you have 5 resources. It's not enough to get you to the next level up, so you might as well chop and use them.
Yeah. So I just get my warriors. Reaper then upgrades his capital and is able to take that key city in the middle.
Yeah.
He also did writing this turn.
That's right there. I would say that's crucial, right? Because he has 4 and you have 2. Mm-hmm.
So right here, Reaper is totally winning. Like I have very little chance to come back at him.
Yeah.
But there's just one thing that basically saves my game right here, is that I get a population rate.
Ooh, fun.
Which means that I then can take org and get a Gami this turn. Now the border growth here was very tempting. Right here, if I go for border growth, I can get 2 Gamis instead of just the 1. But I realized that seeing as Reaper is now on 4 cities and I have only 2, that I need to act quickly. So I go for the pop growth and decide to just get that Gami out as fast as possible and see if I can use that to swing the game in my favor.
Yeah, I heard the same thing from Chris in another bullet game because I asked him, like, why didn't you expand? You could have gotten another giant. And he said in tiny map games, you don't have the luxury to take your time and grow up your economy.
Yeah.
When it's this close quarters, you just go for the population, get that fast super unit. Even if you could have gotten more by expanding, because of the time pressure and the close quarters, you just go for the quicker unit. Yeah.
So I put the monument down in my second city to get some more stars, which I don't actually use, but just I knew I was going to use it there anyway, so I may as well use it there. So now Reaper gets an explorer. Now he gets lucky here, but I don't know that, so he has absolutely no vision on my capital.
But you can see he did not get a workshop, so you think, oh no, he got an explorer, he can see me.
So the entire game, he sees nothing that's going on in the north corner.
He doesn't see the Gami. He doesn't know your Gami's coming.
Well, he does see the Park of Fortune, so he knows that I have got a level 5 city. But the entire game, I'm trying to keep my units up there safe from his riders and knights, and I don't realize that he can't see it at all.
Wow.
We keep going. Reaper keeps grading. And anything crazy there. I decided to go for a siege here, seeing as I had all those warriors.
Right, so it paid off you getting that other warrior earlier. Like you said, when you chopped, it allowed you to have 3
Yeah.
warriors available. You need the 3 to do a siege.
So Reaper just keeps upgrading. I do take... Oh. If I take riding last turn, I just get a rider there. And then this turn, I take roads. And I'm able to... Because, I mean, I could have got another rider maybe, but that wouldn't have done me much good.
So wait, so you sieged and he was able to unsiege pretty easily.
Yeah, he had 3 units there, I believe. But yeah, so basically it's just forcing him to keep his units low so that I can keep sieging again. Then I do it again. Freeze that warrior, hit it with the rider. Now here, this was my mistake here. I see this sawmill here.
Yeah.
Now, that then puts a lot of fear in my heart, because I think that he has a bunch of catapults ready to take out my Gami if I go on that city. So there is when the lack of vision really starts to hurt me. I assume that there's maybe 2 catapults here just waiting for me. But actually, he's got 1 now.
Yeah.
But I can easily still just step onto the city and take it. And then that gives me the extra city, and I still have a couple more units maybe. And I have a good chance of winning in that case. But
let's go back to
I instead go for a right amount to siege his capital just to take those stars away from him. And then I just siege with the rider, which he just clears with the catapult. And then I see where that catapult shot comes from, so I decided I want to freeze here. And then if I can siege this city and also keep the pressure on this one, I should be able to take at least 1. And it comes so close to that, but I make 1 fatal error later on in the game, which you will see as well. But yeah, I siege again, and then I move that Mooney up just to make it a lot harder for his rider to get out.
So wait, so you moved the Mooney, but then his rider killed your Mooney.
Yeah, but the thing is, he just can't get very far away with that rider now.
Because the forests are blocking.
Yeah. Or maybe not. Well, I didn't have vision over there? Oh, I did. Now that I look at it now, it's maybe not the best view. It was in the middle of a bullet game.
That's okay.
So the mistakes happen.
Time pressure.
Yeah.
Because earlier your Mooney was key. It froze one of those units and allowed you to siege. Yeah.
It got me an easy killer too. There it did. But I am able to take that city anyway. And then I siege here as well. Now, right here, this is the fatal error here. I consider going and spending the 4 stars to road this 5 HP warrior up to kill his rider.
Okay.
Just to give him 1 less unit to unsiege with.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if I assumed that he would have anticipated that and he would be ready with more units, or if I just thought that he wouldn't be able to unsiege regardless. But I decided I wouldn't spend those stars.
Oh.
And it ends up costing me dearly here.
Because you had the stars, right?
Yeah.
You could have built 2 roads, a road under your rider and another one in the farm tile that's neutral.
And then I would have been able to kill this rider here. But now what happens after that catapult hit?
The catapult.
And then this hit from the rider. That rider is now able to clear that siege. And if I just rode that rider forward, and kill his rider,
Mm-hmm.
I've just won the game at that point. There's no question about it.
Yeah.
But it happens. It's frustrating, but it happens. So we keep going.
Yeah.
The game is a lot more even now, seeing as we are 3 cities to 3 cities. So I know he has a catapult there because he hit my Gami last turn. So I rode my riders forward to damage it. But there's no huge threat I can apply right now, so I don't go for any sieges.
But you lost your Gami. Oh. Now he
Yeah.
does a border expansion. Interesting.
Yeah. I think at this point he realizes he can defend, so he can take the time. Also, I'm not sure if there was a Gami without the border expansion.
I don't think he had enough, even with the sawmill. He probably needed to expand to get that.
But you see, with the expansion, he gets 3 forests that are all next to his sawmill.
Yeah.
So that allows for some very easy Gamis then. So he does go for a Gami here. It does cost him just about all of his stars. So he has to cover the city with his rider instead. And those 2 veteran units are extremely annoying here, because I'd be able to get in and get to his catapult and just leave him with no units, but they just take 3 hits instead of 2, and it's quite annoying. I believe I run out of time here. I do. Yes.
Yeah.
I was gonna go for... I believe I was gonna go for a Gami, yeah, with these 2 forests here. That both give me 2, and then just a single chop. And I'd be able to afford the last forest, but I run out of time, which is another mistake for me.
So frustrating in live games, but it's part of the process. You gotta like play fast, and then you make mistakes and you miss opportunities.
Just freezing up for a second can cost you so much in this game. Yeah, so now Reaper has a second Gami in his capital. So I do finally get up that. I get up the second Gami. Oh, there was another mistake there. There was a couple of really bad turns here because I was so low on time. That sawmill that I put under the 6 HP rider, there was a fruit there.
Oh.
And losing that 1 population then meant I wasn't able to get a Gami in the city.
Oh wait, go back. I want to see.
You can't really see it there. It's under the rider. Oh, you can see it there.
Yeah,
wait. Wait, maybe I do collect it. Do I just miscalculate? Maybe I just miscalculated.
No, well, okay, we can count it up. It should show it, right?
I did.
Play. Press play. Doesn't it show you eating it up the fruit? Let's see.
Not this turn.
Okay. That's the great thing about the replay.
Oh, I do. Oh, I thought I messed that up, but
okay,
I just miscounted.
So
but the point is, I'm still left 1 population short. But I do get my second Gami.
Which is interesting because you chopped that 1 forest way in the beginning to get the extra warrior.
Well, that was in my other city. That was in the city.
Oh, it wasn't this one?
No, that was the city here where I do get the Gami.
Okay, never mind.
So that would have been incredibly annoying, though.
But no, you're right. It was a different city. So now you have another Gami because you did the border expansion.
But Reaper now has 3 of them. So he doesn't realize here how big his advantage is because he can't see my capital, and he probably assumes I have more. Oh, hold on. It was a good play there. He probably assumes I have another Gami hiding up there. He just never sees it. So here, Reaper, he sieges with 1 Gami, and then positions his other 2 Gamis so that he can freeze my Gami if I try to freeze his Gami. That was a very hard sentence to say.
Yeah. No, this reminds me so much of chess, right? You have a board and you have to think, if I move my unit here, then they're going to counter with this. It's very much laying out your pieces, anticipating what your opponent could do. Yeah.
Yes. But Reaper assumes that, well, he knows that I will want to freeze this Gami. but he has his other two Gamis ready to come in and freeze if I do that. But what he misses here is that I can just loop my Gami around the side.
Yes.
And now neither of his Gamis can reach mine.
Yes, I have to tell you, we were recording this live, and the commentator and I, we did not see that. We were like, "Oh, the Gami went the other direction." It was like a big surprise. I don't know if you watched it, but I'll put a link in the review later. But that was a great moment.
That's fun.
We were like, "Woo! Look at that!"
That's so much fun. Okay, but I get a bunch of free hits on his Gami then, and I'm able to unsiege without too much trouble. Well, actually, not until next turn. And then I go for another Gami. So now I have two, and he has just lost out on one of his. Now, I don't know this in the game, but Reaper actually goes for the Ice Bank.
Ice Bank, that's big.
Which is huge.
Yes.
Because he now is just making 30 stars a turn. Much more than I'm making.
Yes.
Now, I didn't realize till now that he got it this early.
He actually could have gotten it sooner. I remember he was talking about it. He was doing commentary.
Yeah.
And he actually delayed it. He could have gotten it sooner. I think he decided to get the Gamis instead. But it was on his radar.
Yeah.
He was like, "Do I get the Ice Bank now or do?" Anyways, yeah, he had it.
I think that was the right move to delay it a bit because before he went for the Gamis, he was definitely short a couple of units. But I don't know if I could have gone for the Ice Bank. I did consider it a couple times.
Let's look at your tech
But I
tree.
really just... So I just have...
You could have...
Yeah, so I have roads, so I can just take it there.
You could have gotten it next turn if you hadn't really bought anything, right? You got like one unit, 13 for the tech, and then 20 for the building.
That's... Now that I look at it now, it looks... That was probably the right choice, but... I think that's just lack of experience talking there.
And did you said you didn't even notice that he got the Ice Bank because it was in your vision, right?
No, it's just down here in this fog tub.
Oh, you can't
just
see
outside
it.
of my vision.
You can't see it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think I end up just going for knights instead.
Yeah.
But Reaper is still able to
the way he positions his Gamis, let's see it. I remember.
Yeah, but he's able to get knights the same time as I am with the money from the Ice Bank stars. Well, I was kind of behind Reaper on tech the entire game. I think it was got math from a ruin, which just gave him a really good early game tech. So I was kind of playing catch up. So I think it's very hard to say now. But if I had gone for trade, I don't know if I would have been able to get knights in time for them to really help save me from his ones. But we'll see. So yeah, I am now able to unsiege, and I keep hiding away my Gamis so that he can't freeze them. Well, he could with this one, but that means then his Gami also just gets frozen. So we see Reaper then goes for knights,
you both get
as
knights.
do I.
Yep.
He doesn't see that I have one, but I assume he does. But then I go in and I just get off the siege. And I'm still just getting down a bunch of knights. He unsieges. This is kind of just a huge standoff. Where none of us are able to push our Gamis because they will just die immediately.
Right.
So we end up just... Yeah, we just hide our units.
It's very clear. The Gamis are in front, units are in the back, but the real advantage he has is he has the Ice Bank, which allows him just all that income, and he gets like mining, he gets all kinds because he can afford all the
Yeah, he knows he can just keep waiting.
Yep.
And keep making more money, and then he will just be able to win then. So he gets farming this turn, gets up another Gami.
Yep.
And I keep building up my knights, hoping to be able to make a play. And I am actually able to make one if we wait till the end of Reaper's turn here. I turn off the fog. So you see Reaper has a lot of units all lined up here.
Yeah.
Now I have to go through Agami for it, but I believe I was able to do that in this situation. I'm not certain I had. I have 4 knights lined up here. So that was originally my plan this turn. And you see what I end up doing instead.
Let's see.
With that knight there. I'm rushing. I want to put a road there because it needs a road to be able to reach all the way.
Oh no!
And so I mean to click twice, so I click on the tile and then click on the road. But then I just click once, only click on the knight, and then I just click above, which is where the build road button would be, and then I just move the knight 1 tile instead.
It was just a mistap. It was just a just a mistake, just a misclick. You're like, I wanted to put a road, but just tapping the wrong way. Oh, moved the thing north. Oh no.
Now at this point, I don't think it would have made a difference, but it was still a very annoying mistake to be making.
You were probably just like kicking yourself, like, no, not there.
Now I do also blunder that chain there, and then I see Reaper gets up mining and smithery and a bunch of units. Yeah. So at this point, I know I've lost.
Yeah,
I know this.
You're like, it's done.
It's just too late. But yeah, that's the whole game there.
But those were some really good plays. I mean, yeah, obviously that knight mistap wasn't just a mistake, just a straight up mistake. But the other ones were more just calculated, like, okay, I'm going to do this. I have a plan, and it didn't pan out.
What really showed here was just my lack of vision, because there was a couple times here where I would have been able to make a play that would win the game had I seen what was going on. But then I just end up missing it because I think it's too risky. Yeah. I don't know what Reaper has planned.
So
maybe some of it.
You need to experiment playing some live games and getting explorers in your second city.
Yeah, I think I definitely do need more bullet practice. It's quite hard to get it, really.
Yeah. There is I will take this out of the recording, but there is a Polysseum coming up next Saturday, and then the Saturday after. It's the Bossy, though.
Yeah. I do think I meant to for that, actually, but yeah. That should be fun too. But I think it's very different. Bullet is surprisingly different from other live games.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because you get those super early meets, and you can go, you can make all these plays that don't really work in any other game. Because even if it's a small map, when I rushed the Gami there, it just takes way too long to be able to reach Reaper. But now that it's a tiny map, I can get there in 2 turns.
Yeah, tiny map dynamics are different. Oh, well, thank you very much for talking me through it. Yeah, I'll send you a link if you're curious to see the live game commentary. One thing that was interesting with that is Reaper did self-commentary, which, he was just talking. So it might give you some insight to his thought process, but yeah, I'll link to it. This was really helpful.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh, I want to see that too. Can I see that too? I want to see myself speaking to myself.
Hey, Reaper. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. It helps us a lot. If you're interested in other games, click the ones on the screen or in the links description. Join the PolyChampions Discord server. The link is also in the description. Take care. See you in the next one.